Welcome to my channel Physics Infinity, and I'm going to take a lecture on cavity in a current carrying wire. We have a long wire or cylindrical cross section, capital R, long cylindrical wire, cross section of the wire, radius capital R, and we are interested in finding magnetic induction at a point within a cavity in the wire. And what sort of cavity? I have a long cylindrical cavity of radius small r within the current carrying wire, and the axis of the cavity pipe, you can think of the cavity as a long hollow pipe, and the axis of that parallel to the axis of the cylindrical current carrying wire. But to tackle this problem, I have to first of all consolidate my understanding of Ampere circuital rule. Generally, the Ampere circuital rule, which appears to be very simple, one of the fundamental laws of electromagnetism and of the Maxwell's equations, fundamental equation, we normally take what you have been used to, taking the Ampere's rule, loop rule, not in vector form. But now I am going to first consolidate your concept to make the Amperian's loop rule in vector form, and then we'll solve this cavity problem. Okay. Consider figure 1. I got this wire. Now this is a cross-sectional view, and in the wire the current flowing is I inwards. So the current density will be I divided by pi capital R square, because R is the radius of the wire. So J is current density I upon pi R square, capital R square. Fine. Then I want to find the magnetic induction at a point outside and inside. First let's do outside. Outside, O is the center of the cylindrical cross-sectional, and OP is the distance, that is x. OP is equal to x. Okay, vector form xi cap. So for x greater than r, that is outside the wire, the point P is there. Loop rule says B, circulation of B. That's what the technical word we use. Circulation of B. Loop integral of B dl. Loop integral. That is mu naught I. I is the net current inside. The whole current is inside. So I put it in current density form. So mu naught J into pi R square. R is the radius of the cylindrical wire. There you are. This gives you B into 2 pi x as mu naught pi R square J. Adjust it. I get B equal to mu naught R square upon 2x J. I make it now in the vector form. So B arrow, of course, at P outside the wire. This is mu naught R square upon 2x square. I 1 multiply and divide by x. So mu naught R square upon 2x square. J arrow cross x arrow. Now remember this. I, the current, is a scalar, but the current density J is a vector, and the current density here is inwards. So minus k cap. X arrow is xi cap. So minus k cap cross I cap is minus j cap. Yes, true. The magnetic field at P is downward. J cap is up, downward. The board is xy plane. Done. Now let us look at the second situation before we go to the cavity. In the second case, I take a point P inside the wire. So I'll have to take the contribution of the current that is within this Amperian loop. I apply the Amperian loop again. B arrow dot dl arrow is mu naught into net current inside the Amperian loop. That will be J into pi x square. Okay. So this will be B into 2 pi x, because OP is equal to x, is mu naught J into pi x square. I want the answer in J, so I will not break J. So B is mu naught by 2 J times x. Now this is in non-vector form. I make it in vector form. So B arrow at P is mu naught by 2 j arrow cross x arrow. J arrow once again is along minus k cap, x arrow is along I cap. So once again the field inside the wire, current carrying wire, also would be along minus j cap. Now this is done. Now let's move on to the cavity problem after we have understood the Amperian loop rule in vector form. Mind you, in your program for IIT, JEE and NEET, you have a lot of cavity problems in physics. In moment of inertia, in center of mass, in electrostatics. I discussed one problem in electrostatics also, cavity in a conductor, cavity in a dielectric sphere, charged dielectric sphere. Now here there is a cavity within the current carrying cylindrical wire. The radius of the cylindrical wire is capital R. It's a long wire and the current flowing is I. The current density is J. But there is a hollow cavity and the hollow cavity is like a hollow pipe. And for that hollow pipe, the axis is parallel to the axis of the wire. Just like in all the cavity problems, so here also I'll take the hollow pipe as a wire of negative current density, and then I take the contribution from the wire, from the pipe, superposition principle, and I get the resultant field at a point inside the cavity. So here you are. I refer to figure 2 now. This is my figure 2. Have a look at the figure. This is the cylindrical wire, the black one, of radius capital R. Then there is a hollow pipe. Okay, that is a hollow pipe. So cross sectional, it will look like a circle of radius small r. C is the center of the cavity and O is the center of the wire. P is a point within the pipe, within the hollow pipe, so within the cavity. And we have to find the magnetic induction at P in the situation given. I will use the superposition principle and I will use this result that we have learned just now for the Amperian loop rule in vector form. Right. B arrow is due to J arrow in the entire conductor, cylindrical wire, and due to minus J arrow because the pipe, hollow pipe, will be taken as a wire having current density minus J cap in the volume of the cavity. So B arrow at P, I lift up this formula, the contribution from the entire wire minus the contribution from the hollow wire. So that is mu naught by 2 J arrow cross OP arrow plus the contribution from the pipe which has a negative charge density, negative current density, I'm sorry. So mu naught by 2 minus J arrow cross CP arrow. Okay, the job is done. So it is mu naught by 2 J arrow cross OP arrow minus CP arrow, that is mu naught by 2 J arrow cross OC arrow. OC arrow is what? The position vector of C from O. It has nothing to do with P. That means, what do we learn? That P can be anywhere. P can be anywhere within the cavity and we get the same answer. So it is same everywhere in the cavity. Beautifully we have solved this problem and understood the concept by taking by understanding first the Amperian loop rule in vector form. All students, if you want to be a cracking student of physics, you got to start thinking in terms of picturizing the problem and using the vectors as much as possible. You will become a top student of physics. I hope you have enjoyed this problem, you enjoyed watching this video. Please do subscribe my channel and keep on getting such wonderful videos from me. Thanks for watching.
If you love the video and want me to make more useful videos for you, subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated.